Hey guys, we're back again. We have Gabe here to talk to us a little bit. Gabe, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hey, sure. My name is Gabe Swinney. I'm the owner of Swinney Creative based in Asheville, North Carolina. Primarily, I do a lot of interior and architectural commercial photography. I work a lot with drones, also with other, I guess, more high-tech applications of photography like 3D modeling. But I also love travel photography and nature.
As you can see.
Yep, evidence by the background. Well, we've been talking with local entrepreneurs mostly about how they are pivoting, how they are adapting, how you're navigating through this, unprecedented time in history. How are you doing with your business, and what have you been up to?
Sure. Gosh, I bet that you've heard a lot of really interesting stories from people.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
It's like the best part of our day is just getting to talk to people and they're trying to figure it out too,
Yeah. I vacillate a little bit. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed by this oppressive, hideous, anxiety, gilded constraint. And
that
then,
monster.
and then when the monster is sleeping, and I feel a little guilty to say it, but I'm kind of having a great time.
Yeah.
I hang out with my family like all the time, which is super fun. We're playing tons of board games, getting out hiking, which I'm only half supposed to do, but I go to a lot of lesser known places like that one behind me. And but professionally, I've kind of been thriving. I feel like there's a lot of people that want to figure out ways to get out their story, their business, to people that can't come and physically visit them anymore. So I've been getting a lot of calls wanting more photography and more video.
Wow.
And more 3D tours. I mean, I raced home today after creating, and it was so fun. I spent all day at Blue Spiral #1 Gallery creating the most intricate 3D model I've ever done. And I've done hundreds. This one, it's every single exhibit, every piece of art in the entire gallery. I've got a place where you can go and stand there and look at the art, and then we're embedding links that'll take you to studio tours of the artists that created it. So that the gallery manager of Blue Spiral #1 will be able to leverage Zoom and use that to do guided gallery tours as he screen shares and walks people through the gallery.
I love it.
It's going to be so fun. There's so many, I don't know. I feel like this is such a great time for innovation, to figure out how we can use the technology available to us to do more of what we love. And I don't know, I'm having a great time with that.
I'm in the same boat. We've kind of pivoted. We're doing these interviews now, and we're doing e-courses, and we're doing video. I've never been on video so much in my whole life. And it's stuff we wanted to do and we were always going to do. But now, that's all we can do really from home. So it's been, I feel the same way. It's like, yes, there's the manic waves and the chaos and the anxiety, but I love almost everything I'm doing right now and creating. It's just wanting to have even more time to do even more is kind of where I am.
Absolutely. I totally understand that feeling.
Yeah, we had to change up a little bit of how we were going to do things with the new space and whatnot, besides our own personal clients that we have, but with the combined space that we created, we just had to okay, I guess we're doing this now then. We're not waiting for it. So yeah, we just kind of added what we needed to add on our website, and just we've been creating content like crazy for weeks now. Just what are we going to do with this, and what if we do this, and what if we do that? So everything takes time with no money involved in the meantime, but it's for the bigger cause in the bigger long run, which is we'll be fine.
Money comes and goes. There's been times where you end up with a bunch of cash and you spend it, or maybe you invest it to further your business. But like this is an inexorable opportunity to tell a story. This is like the 9/11 of this generation. This is something that 40 years from now, people will still be asking, like, so where were you when the
Heck
coronavirus
yes.
pandemic happened? Like, we're writing one of the greatest stories that we'll be able to tell for the rest of our lives.
Absolutely. And it's like capturing it and like I have 4 different ways. I'm like, okay, this is how I capture the emotional and how I'm processing the emotional. And I literally am like doing like live YouTubes, like just checking with my emotional side. Then I do another live YouTube that's just like my entrepreneur business, how are we dealing with that part? It's like I'm kind of like segmenting to be able to deal with all of it, but just capturing like the emotion, the thoughts, the ideas, like with Julieta and I mean, I think one of our favorite things to do is sit around and just brainstorm or just like, ideate, like sit there with people and this is possible and that's possible and this is possible. And we get really excited about that with people. So for you, what will you take from this experience and do more of in your business or focus on in your business after we get to go back to a little bit, whatever the new normal is going to be?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I have no freaking idea.
Yes!
No clue.
I'm not alone. Okay.
Stuff I'm doing now, and I like to do more of it. But I was so excited about some of the larger projects that I was working on before the world stopped. I've been working on, well, in part with AIGA Asheville, been working towards creating a travel program to take creatives from all over the organization, 30,000 people around the country, to go on these great adventures and even pilgrimages. And
Oh my gosh, I love that.
oh, I'm so excited about it. That was, shelved. I was.
Well, that stopped.
I had this incredible, like, borderline life-changing opportunity where someone requested a proposal to go and create some of these 3D tours with photography and drone video photography and embedded video for a chain of hotels in South Africa.
What?
So it would have been like going out on safari, and they were also interested in my ties to AIGA, and so I was going to try to get some rate for all
like all together, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was going to marry it to the travel program. So I'm like halfway through this proposal, and that's when it happened. So like. So I'm hoping I can come right back to those things, and maybe there'll be a lot of pent-up energy, like to embrace it even further or closer when the time comes. But
that sounds incredible. So like you have some, I mean, are you already thinking like sample itineraries and all that?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I did a pilot trip in November. I spent a couple of weeks in Japan walking the ancient Kodo pilgrimage, one of the pilgrimage routes recognized by UNESCO as a World Historic Site. It's been around. Well, it's weird because we have so little, other than Native Americans, so little cultural history here in the United States.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's crazy going to travel in other parts of the world where you can see and feel and experience that timelessness. And then in particular, on this ancient pilgrimage through the mountains of Japan, you can experience not just modernity, but then back through ancient history all the way to where it becomes inseparable from mythology. And you see these families just stopping to pray at trees, and you see people going to just pay homage to waterfalls, and they're talking to all these natural features as if they were talking back, and they are, and you can. And so I want to go and be with people like our AIGA board and go walk pathways like that. Spend weeks just experiencing that nature and the history and the beauty and the spirituality, and then drink way too much sake at night in the hot.
Yes.
Perfect vacation. I want to go. That sounds so incredible. Like you said, to do it with fellow creatives and then build in creativity. I'm sure like different galleries and whatever the heck it is. Like I used to work in my first job out of grad school. I planned group vacations for sports teams. So like a university volleyball team would travel to China, and I would do all the logistics, all the game planning, all the cultural experiences like you're talking about. And I got to go on the trips too.
Right.
So that is like so exciting to me. That sounds incredible. And I haven't seen really anything quite like it. I also write about travel a lot. And I haven't really, I mean, I'm sure that there's other companies and people doing stuff similar, but the way you're describing it, I have not seen like the way you're describing it. So that is really exciting. I mean, when we get back to normal, book me on one of those. I'm going.
Oh my gosh, let's do it.
Let's do it. Creative Hub Studios, we could do like I don't know, whatever. We could do like a whole freaking tour, group tour.
All of it, yeah.
Figure it out. It'd be super fun. You just made my day. Like, I totally forgot about the joy of travel because, you can't even plan a trip right now. Like, our 40th is this year. Julieta and I both turned 40.
We're turning 40 this year.
And I really am dying to go to Spain. Spain is talking to me. I haven't been to Spain yet. That's where I want to go. So, but I'm like, okay, when can I book that trip? I have no idea because are we looking at, we don't know yet. We just don't know yet. August, September, we're just we hope things are.
But so you'd be interested to know then, one of the 3 possible first locations for the pilot trip with creatives would be starting probably in Portugal and going into Spain.
Look at you.
One of our fellow board members, John Hornsby, crazy talented artist. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he is very talented. He's super talented.
Yeah, his in-laws just bought a house in Spain near the Camino de Santiago. And then
that's what I was going to say, was the Camino de Santiago. Yeah.
And he connected with this couple, these artists who are married that own a retreat center on the Camino near where his in-laws live. And so they're interested in maybe working with us as part of this program and doing like a creative retreat on the Camino there in Spain. So yeah, like
that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Incredible.
That would be really, really awesome.
Think about whoever signs up, people will want to go with them. So the featured artist per se or whatever, of course you want to travel with that person and get to be around their brain and get to be inspired by their creativity. It's endless. Art, that's another way to promote artists, right, Julieta?
Yeah.
How cool.
Oh yeah, totally.
Sandra and you and our resident artists, you guys were part of a tour. You're part of the draw too.
Totally.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. It's so cool.
So would you when things quote unquote go back to normal, would you do more of what you're doing right now, or were you already doing it? Would you change anything in the way you do things, going back to whatever we're going back to?
I honestly, I've really loved creating more of the 3D models and tours, and in particular, working on places like the Center for Craft or Blue Spiral One. And I think I might try to market in that direction more, to reach out to Moda and Atlanta, and just see, because I think it's going to be a valuable tool for them even when things are normal. But right now, people will be more open and more receptive to experimenting with this new technology. And I think I can work in my architectural and interior photography into packages with the 3D tours.
Right.
Well, yeah, we need to hire him for our.
Oh yeah, he kind of mentioned it when we first were about to open. I'm like, let me open first, and then we'll talk. Give me a minute, let me open. So no, I believe that everybody should have an online version of what they do, because then you get a taste for what the place looks like or what the place offers altogether. So, and that's the thing too, that a lot of businesses run on what they need right at the moment, but that's when they lack the innovation, that they don't look in the near future, all the things that they could be doing if they only had, even if it's a sample of their space with the 3D modeling stuff, by showing them something. So people just don't see it until it's like in the moment, like now it's like, oh crap, we need it now. So
would you like to see an example of what it looks like?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm a pretty newbie when it comes to Zoom, but
we all are. I already messed it up so many times. I kicked people out, and then I couldn't bring them in again, and things like that. So
if you hover your cursor above the bottom of your box, you'll see the share screen button.
All right. Let's see here.
It's funny because it disappears unless you hover. So I always forget too. I'm like, is it at the top? Is it at the bottom?
No, it's in the bottom, but you have to hover, and once you're sharing it, then it goes to the top.
How's this? Can you see?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Center for Craft.
That's right. Look at that. That's so cool.
So if you haven't been in there yet, some of the really neat things. mezzanine space.
Right.
Where we can be like, and now we're in the co-working area.
Yeah.
Cool. I haven't been in there yet, so this is really neat.
Yeah, it's so pretty. It's a really cool space.
Beautiful.
A really cool space.
Wow.
And let's see. So
Yeah, that's the co-working area that they built with some offices in there too.
And
so
you know what's cool about this too is like the businesses that get how cool this is are the kind of businesses you want to work with anyway, because they're probably innovative and creative thinkers. And I mean, wow, look how cool this is. Okay, sorry, you tell us about it.
We've been able to create, kind of these digital tags that kind of, highlight the artist, just like you would see in a gallery.
Right.
And then we haven't embedded any video yet here, but we can embed, so when you click on one of these tags, it's super easy just to have YouTube pop up. Right. Or so that we can link to, external sites and more information about the artists. And yeah.
That's really, really cool.
I love it.
Well, do you have any, because we're going to close it off a little bit, or unless you have any other questions, Chandra, for him?
No, I mean, I can't wait to where do we find out more information about all the things you're up to? Because I want to go jump and dive in a little bit more. Where's the best way to find you?
Back in the old days, before the great change, I would have said, well, usually I'm having a beer at the Foundry Hotel. But yeah, I guess my website's a good place, Swinney-creative.com. Or feel free to shoot me an email at gabe@swinneyphotography.com, or Instagram is good.
Do you have any tips or anything that you want to share with us and with the people listening on how to drive through these times, or anything you want to leave them with, to like a thinker or anything like that?
Well, my favorite quote of all time, I think, was something that Albert Einstein said, but you never see it. He once said that any man who can safely operate an automobile while at the same time kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves.
True.
It's easy to get caught up in the moment, the chaos right now, instead of, taking this opportunity to be so excited by this chance to dream, to plan, to think about all the great things that we can do with our time now, but also as we come out of this. And I don't know, I for one, I'm really excited about the future.
And well,
you've excited me about the future, because I was in a little bit of a funk.
She was not having a good day.
Yeah, we can do this. This is great. So
we got this.
I appreciate you. This is really cool, and I love your way of thinking, because that's how we always think. It's like, how do you make the best of this? How do we make the best version of you, best version of your business, all those things. So that kind of striving, but in a smart, strategic way, not just burnout, but really dreaming big and thinking big. And like, we signed a 7-year lease. It's like, okay, yeah, it sucks right now, like right in this moment. But
we got 7 years.
let's look at that 7 years and what all cool stuff we can get between now and then. So it's like, it's very it's very easy to like get sucked into this day to day, like, whoa, but really dreaming big, like that's always good advice.
Well, thank you for being part of this. And
thank you.